My name is Jake. I'm an aquatic biologist with the Delaware River Basin Commission. I study all the plants, animals, and organisms that live in the Delaware River and its surrounding areas. I test water quality to ensure the river is a healthy place for them all to live. When you visit the Delaware River Basin, you can see fish, horseshoe crabs, and freshwater mussels, but don't forget about the macroinvertebrates. Macroinvertebrates are a very important part of the ecosystem, and I'm going to explain why as well as show you some of them. Macroinvertebrates are animals without a backbone that are large enough to be seen with the naked eye. Most of these bugs live on the bottom of streams, lakes, and rivers. Some examples of macroinvertebrates are crustaceans and worms, but most are aquatic insects like mayflies, stoneflies, caddisflies, dragonflies, and beetles. These aquatic insects will spend the first portion of their lives living underwater, but eventually they will swim to the surface, sprout wings, and fly away as adults. Macroinvertebrates are important to our waterways because they help connect the food web. They eat producers like leaves and algae and are eaten by high-level consumers such as fish. Vertebrates are also useful in helping us figure out how clean our waterways are. That's because different types of macroinvertebrates tolerate different water conditions and levels of pollution. So if certain macroinvertebrates are present or missing, it tells us a lot about whether the water is clean or polluted. So today we're going to be taking a kicknet sample, and we do this sampling to sample the macroinvertebrate community in the river, so the small aquatic bugs that live on the bottom of the river. And we do this because they're indicators of water quality. So if we find certain types of bugs in the river, it'll tell us whether or not the river's healthy or not. And the way we do this is we walk out into a riffle area, which is a shallow area that's got some rocky bottom and flowing current. And we come out and we place the net on the bottom of the river, and then we disturb the substrate or the bottom upstream, and we let whatever we disturb off the bottom flow down into the net. So we'll just kick like this. And then we can come back and we can see what we caught. So after we collect the sample in the river, we can put the sample into a tray like this with a little bit of water, and that'll help us sort through the bugs that we caught, and we can identify them and see what we found. So for a sample like this that we just collected, we have some mayflies in there. We have some amphipods, which are also called scuds, or they're basically a small aquatic freshwater shrimp. And there also looks to be some snails in there. But if we dig deeper, there's probably some other things in there too. So here we have a mayfly. They are indicators of good water quality. We'd like to see these guys in the river when we sample. Here we have a caddisfly passing by a mayfly, but this guy here is a caddisfly. They're also indicators of good water quality. These guys are interesting because they will actually build themselves a little home out of debris they find on the bottom of the river. So that is actually a bug living inside a little stick, and if you touch him, you'll see he'll actually go in for a second and hide, and then if you let him be, he'll pull back out and start crawling away. Here we have a scud or an amphipod. These are freshwater shrimp, and they're these little active guys. They're very common in the Delaware River. You see them in areas that have good water quality, as well as areas that have suboptimal water quality too. So they're not necessarily the best indicator, but they're not bad either. You've been such a great listener. Let's put to test what you've learned about macroinvertebrates. Take this quick quiz to collect your DRBC Macroinvertebrates Junior Expert Badge.